Exactly. It's other schools with no championships, but with USC, and I think, me being from LA, I guess I move a little different. So you might call it cocky arrogance. No, I just believe that I believe in myself. I believe in my ability. I believe in my team. I believe in my coaches. So I think we're gonna win every game. We might not, but you can't tell me until this clock hits 0. I still think we're gonna win. And but a lot of schools, like I said, they may recruit, they do a thing, but I get it. It's LA.
Yeah. Well, what I'm sensing from you guys is it's not so much this outward arrogance from this president USC, and maybe that's confidence is a better word. But what I'm sensing is that you now have leadership, the funding, and
the support.
Man, there's arrogance in that athletic department.
And confidence. Don't use arrogance. Confidence.
Okay.
Confidence.
But I love the word arrogant. I'm a big fan of that word.
Yeah. We're confident in our ability. And this is the thing. When you believe in the man in front of you and the man behind of you, how can you not have confidence? Right. When you don't have confidence when you're not sure about the man behind you. Like, does he have my back? Does the person in front of you have my back? Does administration have my back? It's been times when we, as a football team, look, it's us. It's only men in here care about each other. Well, now we can have our chest a little bit because we know that Mike, Brandon, got to give a shout out to my girl Joyce Bell, doing a great job, a hero behind the scenes. When you got people who believe in you and go give you every resource to go fight and win for a championship, how you not gonna have confidence? Right. And the main thing is, I don't know how the fan thing is. We're 0-0. I don't care how you felt about us last year, the year before. We're 0. We're 0-0 right now.
Yeah.
And our slogan is fight on. And that's why I love our fans, because when things aren't going right, they gonna let you know. When they're not happy, they gonna let you know. But also, when it's 0-0, we need to unite and come together and root on these kids. Because bottom line is, you can hate on all the grown men, coaches, myself, everybody. It's these kids. They're Trojans.
Yeah.
They put the tassel on. They get the diploma. They're Trojans. They're part of this family. And they'll always be part of this family. And we're all one big family. And we need to push, we need to push coaches, myself, for greatness, but we also need to be there for those kids. Push them to be great on the football field, but also push them to be great in the real world. Right. And that's what the Trojan family is. Well, that's why I love it.
But part of where I'm going with this also is that, we knew that a big time defensive coordinator was going to be hired. They kept Graham Harrell, but one of the like the sure signs to me was an alum had a conversation, and it was USC's not just making hire. It's not just about the people that USC is hiring right now. It's the statement as well. And man, I mean, how can you not get fired up when you have people that are approaching stuff that way?
Oh no, it's like I said, from Hayes, CC, hiring Graham. People understand. We hired Cliff. Big shout out to Cliff. Go Cardinals, love what they doing over there. You went and got an ex-head coach,
Cliff.
Mike Jeeks. Huh?
Yeah, but
Cliff.
Like I said, they friends of the family. Like I said, I love everybody.
The first time.
Yeah.
Clay Helton got us in the second time, right? Yeah.
Love Brew.
Man, hiring Graham was big after Cliff had his, unfortunate departure from SC to bounce back with another big time hire. That's huge, man. People just don't know. Graham turned down a lot of jobs before he came to SC. He turned down a lot after SC too.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest reasons. Working for Clay and having Slovers. I mean, you got Slovers, and we got a great team. But also, when you like the person that you work for, it's a lot easier to come back.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, like I said, there are other reasons. I'm not gonna get into them because, you know, I don't know all the reasons, but I can tell you one of the reasons is when you work for a person that lets you have, you know, Grant got full control. It's his offense. You know, he got his hands, and like I said, we improved so much last year on offense. I know we're gonna improve so much this year. But you know, working for Clay, and then also, you know, when Mike came in and he put the research, people see that, you know, and that's what he said. We all in, you know, administration's all in, but Graham, I mean, you know, he's bright, talented, offensive coordinator. I just wish one day he let me draw up a play or use one of my plays, you know.
Hey, maybe they'll have a raffle or something.
Or you can be or you can be the team chef, since you know how to do those tomahawks. Speaking of, you know, I guess one of the good things that have come out of this, you know, time away, this, you know, through the pandemic, is we've had a really good opportunity to learn the personalities of the players, the coaches. In your opinion, you know, who's got the greatest personality? And you know, I thoroughly enjoy this offensive, you know, the big man cook-off. In your opinion, who's won, and you know, whose idea was that to begin with?
I think that was Ty Webb and Trey Johnson.
Okay.
Shout out to Big Trey and Ty. Who's won? You know what? I'm. Hello?
Or we can hear you right there.
Yeah. This weekend it's been a lot going on this weekend, so I didn't get a chance.
Oh, no, this is your opinion. In your opinion.
Oh, in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, the problem if I say
today
person that I like, they, you know, he hasn't said what I wanted him to say, that the Lakers are the best in the world.
Enough said.
You know, and Elijah, I like what he did, the shrimp burger, the chicken, the burger, his steak. I like what AVT did. I'm a very big fan, of I'm a big fan of all of them. Dedich, you know, Dedich is hilarious. But you know, I'm just proud of all of them because, you know, I think they'll be able to get married. You know, they'll be able to get a woman. You know, because at least they can cook and do something.
They can block really well.
No, but like you said, it's been a lot of fun to watch, and you get to.
No, it's been great. Coach has been jumping in.
Right.
I'm glad. I'm just doing a headshot so nobody sees my belly. But yeah, these challenges. You know, we're just trying to have fun. Like, we're not around each other in some way to stay connected, even with the distance. You know, like I said, I've had fun eating. You know,
Where are you buying those tomahawks, by the way? So we can give a shout out to them.
Del Frisco's. Shout out to Del Frisco's,
Okay.
Central City Mall. Everybody go check them out. My girl, the manager over there.
Yeah, you know, it's been a lot of fun. So, but I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, who's got the best, you know, who's the funniest dude on the team?
The funniest?
And then who's the funniest coach?
I mean, Elijah Griffin is up there. If the kids had a vote, you know, Elijah Winston would be one.
Okay.
Nobody would know about, but Elijah Winston. OG's OG. I mean, you can just watch his Instagram. Who else?
Well, he's a human slinky.
Everybody's pretty funny, you know. You know, Trevor Trout, different guy. I love my guy Trevor. Very opinionated, you know.
We need to know if he loves the Lakers or hates the Lakers. There's no in between.
Hey, let me just tell you something. Every day I let him know he's a bandwagoner. We didn't accept his application to come to the Lakers. He's still stuck in Cleveland when he told me how great Cleveland was. So I told him his application to be a Laker fan was denied. He's still a Cavaliers fan. But I mean, Amon-Ra on the low is, Amon-Ra is Kyle Ford's a funny one. Amon-Ra's funny because he's just blunt. Like he doesn't like now he's about to be a junior. He thinks he's a big man on the team. He just says whatever he wants to people.
He kind of is.
It's kind of funny because I always tell him. I remember when you had to ask permission to talk. When he got a freshman, he was silent. Now he doesn't stop talking. Marquis Step, another. I mean, they are all comedy. Jalen McKenzie's another comedian.
I feel
you. Pittman was another. We missing Velez, Pittman. They were hilarious together. You know what? They're all those are all my boys, man. I can't wait to get back with them. Slap on the back of the head.
Right.
Speaking of, we know that today they announced, President Fold announced that you guys are going to have in-person classes.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I just saw it. That's dope. I can't wait. Like I said, I'm just itching to get back to football and be able to get my mind off of, not forget, but just try to
football's
do something.
in action right now.
Oh man, I'm watching. I got
Time at SC, man. What young man could you say you are most proud of or inspired you in their journey at SC?
Man, there's been a lot of them. First and foremost is always going to be Mon Marshall. Just the person he is. I remember, just yesterday he was in Long Beach, helping store on this
up the barbershop that got busted up. Yeah.
Yeah, just a person. I never forget Notre Dame game. They were down to like 5 DBs. He has a high ankle sprain. And I know he goes in the locker room. He can barely walk. This is his last game. I think they. I don't even know what. I don't know what our record was a year. Don't want to remember, but he didn't have to come back out there in the second half. But he said I wasn't gonna let my team down. I'm always proud because I've known Biggie the longest, so I've known from young man to the person he is today. But a Jane A. Harris is another one.
Man, I love that's my dog.
Just Jane A. from Office. He had struggles early. To become captain.
Right.
Mike Hutchins is another one. Didn't play his first 3 years. I remember his linebacker coach said he'd never play here. And then to his senior year to become captain, make one of the biggest plays in a row. All of them. This is the thing. When you recruit kids, you know where they come from. You know the obstacles they took to get there. A lot of fans don't know. They just see Saturdays. They don't see, when somebody's moms die. I got players, whose parents have died, moms died, fathers died, grandmas died that raised them. Mm-hmm. And then they got to play on Saturday. And we don't have it's not like the pro. You interview them and everybody knows him. And then he didn't make a play. Well, you don't know. He just buried somebody. So all of them, when your kids graduate, they're the first ones to graduate in your family.
Right.
How you not like? And I'm proud of all of them, and everybody. I tell them everybody. As long as you get to the mountaintop, how high you had to climb. Some people had to climb a larger mountain. Some people didn't have to. Some people already started out at the tip of the mountain. But just seeing them grow, I give Malik Dorton. I never thought Malik Dorton was going to play. Then he was integral part of our team. Man, So sometimes is you see guys, you like, and then they turn into, they turn into something. And that's what I'm always, and I love Malik. And Malik, one of the funny, you want to talk personality, that was a funny
I know.
but I mean, we wouldn't won Pac-12 championship, been in the Cotton Bowl without Malik Jordan. I mean, let's not forget, UCLA gives Josh Rosen, great play. But just seeing them, I always tell people, recruiter, I don't care. Like, my job is not to get you to the pros. My job is to make sure you walk across that aisle, you get the diploma, and whatever your dreams are, you fulfill them. That's not my job to get you to the NFL. That's the coaches, and that's yourself. My job, if you got any dreams, I'm there for you. Another person I tell you is not on our team, but it's Jack. That's dear. Just seeing where he's at. Has a chance to be one of the best cornerbacks in the country this year. Where he's come from. You forget. I've been knowing Jack Jackson since sophomore year.
Yeah.
Just how mature he is, and some of the guys that I'm probably the proudest of are probably sometimes the ones that probably didn't have the best success at USC on the football field, because I know they had to deal the obstacles that they had to deal with to get to where they're at, these kids, they're humans.
Straight up.
And sometimes fans and it's such a $1 billion business. It's all about money, wins. And man, like these are kids, they go like I just don't think people understand how much turmoil you go through in a season. And I don't mean turmoil between coaches. I mean kids going through actual stuff, girlfriends, death, parents lost their job, injuries, I mean, I'll tell you a story. One of the saddest days of my life, Arizona game, I'm in the locker room, and we're at the x-ray machine, and Miss McClain, it's Munir, it's Malik, it's Munir and Malik. They both got injured, and I'm sitting there with, with their mom, and I'm in tears. I know what Munir went through the year before to get where he was at. Right. I know how hard Malik was working, and then you look over here and you got a mother and a father looking at both their kids injured, and it's like it's more than a game. Like, it's real life, and that's the strength I get to keep moving on. I got to do it for my kids. We got to, and I'm talking about in life. Like I tell them, they motivate me every morning when I wake up, because I'm telling them they can't give up. How can I give up? And that's why I think I got the greatest job, because I get to help people's lives change and be a part of people's lives and be a small piece of people's future. And I'm blessed.
Are there some coaching staffs that you enjoy watching what they're doing, that you're impressed with what they're doing right now?
I like them all. What Oregon's doing, Arizona State's doing, what Washington's doing. It's probably only one school in the Pac-12 I don't pay attention to, So, but I got a lot of respect for all of them. Got a lot of respect for Cristobal. Got a lot of respect for what Jimmy Lake and shout out to my guy Junior and Big Will up there in Washington. I'm always just as an African American, David Shaw. I just have so much utmost respect for him. What they're doing at Cal. Like I said, I work with Justin Wilcox, so to be able to work with him and see where he's at is always good. I don't know the staff at Washington State, but I was always enamored with Mike Leach and what they did at Washington. A-State. I mean, Herm, Herm, Chris put him on FaceTime. We went to Herm told me how he felt. I love her. But, I was loving what Mel was doing at Colorado. I got nothing but utmost respect for Utah and what they do.
Yeah.
And as a competitor, yeah, you love it. Like you see some, okay, I gotta go. Like they make me. I want to be the best. I don't want to be second. I want to be first. So, if everybody was just laying down, like, what's the fun? Like I'm a competitor. I don't like to lose. When we were 5-7, that was the longest year of my life. I couldn't take it. But that was my motivation, and luckily with social media, you don't even have to follow somebody. Your feed will be filled with other schools. But and for me, I always know who's the ones who are the ones behind the scenes doing things and recruiting and stuff, because since I do recruit, I know which coaches are the ones who are really recruiting. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the Pac-12, I don't think we get enough credit.
Definitely don't.
I think, we play 9 conference games. I don't know if I'm supposed to go. I'm it's after dark, so I might be going dark. But
hey, I was just about to say, man, Pac-12 after dark, the East Coast is missing.
It's Pac-12 after dark. But, we play 9 conference games. Every one of our teams go get 5 extra losses.
Yep.
That's, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Those 5 extra losses.
We a cannibal conference. We eat each other up every year.
Exactly. We play the hardest out of conference games. We play 6 home games, 6 road games, when other conferences don't. So, and that's what I've always said. If you want to be, because I know a lot of fans gonna be mad because we had, I guess, UC San Diego or
UC Davis.
UC Davis. And they're upset. But I always tell you, everybody want to be in certain schools like Alabama, Clemson. Go look at who they play.
Yeah,
here's the thing.
If you want to be them, you got to do what they do.
Right.
What they do is they don't play Notre Dame, Alabama, and they don't play the elite out of conference game. Because the bottom line is, if you go 12-0 in the Pac-12, you go into the playoffs. You go 11-1 in the Pac-12, you go into the playoff. Well, we already know we're gonna get 5 extra losses, which means the people you play gonna be not ranked as high as other conferences play 8 conference games. But if you want to win championship, you gotta it's copycat.
Well, you know what, Gavin? As one of the people who was viciously opposed to that UC Davis game being on the schedule, you're old enough to remember. I'm old enough to remember. We're all old enough to remember. USC has 11 national championships doing it the old-fashioned way, where they don't have to copycat. And you know what? I'm going to steal a line from Dante. We don't copy, we lead.
I get it.
So on that point,
and this is the thing. UC Davis might not. We put, I guess, San Jose State. Got a lot of respect for San Jose State. And I'm not saying UC Davis was the answer, but what I'm saying is there's a method to the madness.
Sure.
You got to understand. Before Auburn and Alabama play each other, they play
absolutely
a cupcake. Before we play Notre Dame, we're playing, like, think about it, we're the only school in America that plays back-to-back rivals. So emotionally, you got to get up for UCLA. Okay, you beat your rival. Okay, now you got to get up for probably some of your fans might think your biggest rival, Notre Dame. Yeah. So no school is playing back-to-back rivals in back-to-back weeks. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just giving my opinion. I could be wrong.
No,
but I just think a lot of these schools, they set their schedule up for an advantage to win.
Never see the SEC schedule Alabama, one end to another, no bye week.
Well, Alabama,
if
they play, well, a lot of SEC schools, if they play a tough out of conference game, it's always going to be the first game, so they can play spring football. They can go all fall camp getting ready for that game.
Right.
You know, it's like I said. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I just saying, you know.
No, that 5 and 7 year, the Pac-12 set us up for failure with no bye week all the way through. That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I can't. Yeah, you know,
That was insane.
I don't know if I can.
Hey, I got one question though. I got to get this question in.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to continue to see Marcus Allen on the sidelines of LSU games wearing LSU gear?
I don't know, Marcus. I hope he. Marcus,
I mean, is that not a topic at all? With I mean, you know, John Robinson and Marcus Allen on the sideline at LSU, but they're never on the sideline.
I mean, you got to understand, like when you're in the business, every coach. Let's just say, let's just say, I remember when Dylan McCullough was there, he had like Jordan Howard on our sideline for a game. A lot of coaches have relationships. I know Coach O has a relation. I mean, my uncle AC was at the national championship game. He was in the locker room for the championship game. I mean, Coach O was coach at SC for a long time. He built a lot of relationships. You know, and those just because they leave SC, that's the difference between fans and when you're working it, you still got a relationship with that person. So if somebody's in a championship game, it's not that you're not showing support for SC, you're showing support for Coach O, you know. And Coach O could have been at Morehouse, great university, Morehouse, and they were going to be there on the sideline. You know, I hope that –
I think it was more USC was dropping the ball with some of those guys. That's my personal opinion.
Scott, I can't answer.
I know you can't. I can say it though.
I just work there. I'm a W-2 employee.
I know.
Doing a good job what you do too.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we tried.
Hey, if Marcus is out there, you got Marcus' number, text it to me. I'll call Marcus. Marcus, you listen, I got sideline passes for you.
Well, that's where I was going with that. I was going with that. Are we going to see him on the sideline? I mean, I'm envisioning
Scott, I want all former USC running backs on the sideline.
All right, I'll take note of that.
Yeah, you never know who's watching this, Gavin. So absolutely, you know, we might get another former running back on here. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Lindell White.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe.
Yes. We want Reggie. We want Lendale.
I can't speak on certain things.
Reggie returning to USC is a big deal. Like literally for kids that were 1 foot tall when he played at USC.
Who?
You're not allowed to talk about him right now.
I am.
When I hear kids say that name, and I'm like, "Yo, you're how old?"
They're like that tall.
Hey.
Anyway.
He wasn't even on YouTube that young, man. Come
on. Hey, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. You know, when you're USC, when you're a great player, you're a legend.
Right.
You know.
That is true. I mean, it's true.
And then when you're a legend at SC, you become an all-time greatest in the world. And that's the difference between going to – you can be a legend at certain schools.
It's not a selling point with recruiting.
But you become a legend at SC. You're worldwide, you're global, and you're on that Mount Rushmore, you know. And, you know, I mean, I never forget watching that 30 for 30 about OJ. What was it, Made in America?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just – you know, just like, wow, like this guy was bigger than he was bigger than life at SC.
Yeah.
And, you know, Sam Darnold was, I mean, we used to be in the locker room and SportsCenter would come on and the Jets would have like these Darnold jerseys. We weren't, and Sam wouldn't even look up. You know, we're all like, Sam, are you on team? Like, they Jets want you. and he just okay, you know, and you know, I think that's the thing about SC, you know, and these recruits, you're listening. You can go be good somewhere, but if you want to be legendary, you want to be with the greatest of all time, you got to come to SC. Period.
You know, people they say it all the time. The power of SC, and those aren't just words. It is so. It is a fact.
No, it's period.
You're in the middle of Hollywood. You've got the real estate.
Period. Hey, LeBron knew he had to come to LA. Everybody got to come to LA. So why won't you come to LA?
There's a reason property values are through the roof out here.
Yeah, and we gonna pay for your housing. You live in we're paying for your housing. You get a dorm room. You get $1 million education. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Porsche license in a couple years. It's all here, baby.
Oh, well, the image and likeness, they already know. It's lights, camera, action. It's lights, camera, action. I might go back to school. I might be able to make some money. I know I got a TV face.
We could do a whole nother show about that. Speaking of coming back to school. Speaking of coming back to school, how fast are you going to run over to campus on June 15th?
Me? Oh, now let me see. I'm a Corona guy. I believe in that 6 feet, social distancing. I can do my job. I'm not rushing back. I'm probably be one of the last people back in this seat.
You have one of these yet?
Oh, you know I haven't got one of those. But I want to go back. But like I said, I don't even know what date we come back. But I know one thing we're gonna do is, you know, Miss President Fault and Mike and Clay. We're gonna do whatever we could do. We're gonna do it the right way. Safety is the number one thing. So whenever they tell me I'm supposed to be back, I'll be back. But you know, like I said, I can do my job from right here.
What do you look forward to each day with your job? I mean, you've got a beautiful family, so obviously that takes precedent. But what do you look forward to? What do you enjoy most about your job?
I hate
being around people, dealing with people. I learn a lot because I talk to so many different people from different walks of life. So I learn a lot from Black, white, Polynesian, Samoan, poly descent. I learn so much. I learn different cultures. I grow as a person. You know, I never forget. You know, when I go to, you know, home visits, and you know, I've been to home visits in Hawaii, and you know, I always say everybody can learn different people's culture through food. And I love all different cultures, different types of food from different cultures, but I'm not afraid to try anything. And when I go someplace, you know, home visits and it's from different cultures, I learn because everybody, there's a meaning behind foods from culture. You know, just like, you know, for African Americans, you know, gumbo and chitlins and black eyed peas. Those were the scraps when we were in slave days. Right. Now those are, you know, gumbo's an expensive dish, but you know, gumbo, they used to throw the scraps, they used to throw it in the bucket and make
barbecue ribs and all that kind of stuff was.
Yeah, so I learn a lot. I learn different people. I learn different cultures. I get to be around people, some of the greatest people. And I mean, I'm at SC, man. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, it's a blessing.
Hey, speaking of USC and food, I mean, it was fascinating to watch Kyle Ford, Rue McCoy, you guys hanging out at Nobu, and what are the high? I want to go on a USC official visit if I can, by the way. But what do you do to make that visit stand out for the kids?
You make it individual. It's no it's not like every visit's the same. I take a lot of myself, Kelsey, Drew, Spence. We sit down for days, weeks, asking questions to people, what they like, what are their favorite foods, what they don't like, what they like to do, and then you put a plan together. Now, of course, you have a larger groups, it's a little different, but you try to accommodate everybody. You try to make everybody's visit feel individual and special. And I put for myself, I put my heart and soul into it. When a kid comes on official visit, and that's why when a kid comes on official visit, I'm basically working 24 hours a day, until family goes to sleep, till the kid goes to sleep, just making sure that they're experiencing, a great experience, and also, learning about USC. But we're blessed to be, once again, going back, blessed to be in LA, the greatest city on earth. And it's just a blessing.
How often is that official visit the difference maker?
A lot. You know what? Probably 90% of the time they'll say we have the best official, even if the kid doesn't sign. Remember, kids don't sign with you for a number of reasons. Sometimes kids get out there, man, this is the best official visit, but I can't leave home. I can't leave my mom. I can't get over that.
But for the kids that do come to USC, it's probably different every year, but is it a significant number of kids that end up at USC where that official visit put them over the top?
I think we do a good job of making sure the kid, we're not just bringing a kid in just for a free visit to LA. Like, his genuine interest, we have a shot. A lot of times the visit has been the icing on top of the cake. But one thing, we put our heart and soul into it. And I know myself, I put my heart, I give it my all on official visit. Because to me, I can't get on the field and make a tackle. I can't get on the field and catch a touchdown. My football game is official visits. And our whole entire team, that's our game. And from what time we pick the person up, either car service or whatever, to the time they get dropped off, to making sure that they get back into their house, car service from the airport to their house to end the visit. We don't go to sleep until they get to their front door. And I think that's what separates us.
Did you have an opinion on how they changed the early signing period and the early visits in the springtime? Either way, like it, dislike it?
Yeah, I hate it, but that's me. I get it.
I hate it too, but
if you're in Michigan, you want to bring somebody in April instead of, you ain't trying to have a Cali kid in December when it's snowing. But that used to be one of our advantages.
It
we used to bring a lot of kids in February.
But y'all seen that adjusted. So
yeah, I just think this is like I said, this is my personal opinion. So this ain't SC's opinion or Clay's opinion.
I know how you feel about it.
I think it's not in the best interest for the kid. A lot of times these kids sign and coach leaves the next week. So but it's here. We've had to adjust. I think we've done a great job of adjusting. It's a part of the problem. We have a lot of 7 o'clock games, and people just don't understand when you have 6, 7 p.m. games.
That's a whole different plan for a kid.
Okay, well, when are you spending? Remember, our main objective every Friday, Saturday is to win the game. So that Friday afternoon, that Friday evening, we're preparing for a game.
Right.
That whole Saturday morning, we're preparing for a game. That Saturday afternoon, we're preparing for a game. 7 p.m. games, it's kickoff. Okay, by the time the game's over, 11, you do media. Okay, it's midnight. What are we supposed to do? So a lot of it, is scheduling. It puts us behind the 8 ball because a lot of our games are scheduled for TV. So it makes it tough because with the early signing period, you got to bring a lot of kids during the season and during games. A lot of SEC games are 2:30, 3:30 games. They're done at an earlier time.
I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, exactly. So.
No, that's a good point. I never really thought about it like that, but once you said it, it makes total sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But like I said, I think we do. You know,